Please read the copyright disclaimer. I do not own any of the footage shown here. All footage used from movies here belongs to their respective owners. This video does indeed fall under fair use, as it counts as film criticism as well as teaching. So please, film studios, stop flagging me for dumb reasons. I'm getting really sick of it. Hello, my good people. It's time for a Christmas list. Well, a list involving Christmas, not an actual Christmas list. You know what I mean. Anyways, it's one of my favorite times of the year, and with such big holiday comes lots of media to help us celebrate. While we have our classics that are beloved by many, there have been a few that have fallen towards the bottom of the stocking. So today we're going to be looking at some overlooked Christmas movies. Only rule is it has to be Christmas related, of course, and an actual movie. Simple as that. I'll be fair and say I haven't seen that many Christmas movies, so I'm probably missing some underrated gems on this list, but I'll likely return to the subject someday. So let's begin! A Miser's Brother's Christmas. This is actually a sequel to A Year Without Santa Claus, and I actually like this one. I like the two main characters, Heat Miser and Snow Miser, being forced to work together to save Christmas. It has some impressive animation and is pretty good for a movie sequel that came out years and years after its predecessor. I thought the new villain was pretty interesting, and it's overall a pretty good time. Alien Xmas. This is a cute little stop-motion Christmas short that harkens back to the old days of holiday specials. It's about a little alien who's sent to Earth on a mission to steal stuff and set off the anti-gravity device to impress the rest of his race, who look down on him, no pun intended, due to his short height. He ends up in the North Pole in Santa's town, populated by elves and snowmen. X, that's his name, his defense mechanism is to play dead, and through a series of complicated events, ends up learning the true meaning of Christmas and how great it is, and learns the value of giving instead of taking. What I like about this film is that it does feel like a Rankin Bass special with a science fiction twist, and even ends with a battle between North Pole and the aliens, but it still has that good message and heartwarming moments that these short films are known for. I also like how the aliens become colorful once they get their joy back. I thought that was kind of cute. I liked how Santa is the one to narrate the story. Thought having it take place in the North Pole was an interesting idea to go with instead of just setting it in a normal town. And the animation is also pretty awesome and beautifully fluid and creative. Alien Xmas does feel like it pays homage to a lot of holiday classics, with its Grinch meets Nightmare Before Christmas vibes. And I also like how the whole story revolves around making a child happy, and how stuff is meant to be given and not stolen, but with more action and science fiction stuff than most of its influences. Arthur Christmas. An unfortunate bomb that has since picked up a following, Arthur Christmas is one underrated animated movie that will bring humor and heart to the season. The story is about what happens when Santa forgets to deliver one present, and how Arthur, who is part of the Santa family, feels it's important to get that bike for the little girl before the day is up. What I like about this movie is that they explain Santa mythology in their own unique way, and how they portray it as a generational family tradition, with how each version of Santa has their own way of getting the job done. The story, while at first might seem kind of odd how Arthur is willing to go to this extreme to deliver one present, it really shows how committed he is and how he's destined to be the next Santa. I also like how they don't make the big brother into a generic villain, but somebody who actually has a good role in the story and can still be believable in the work business here without having to be the face of Xmas. With its great characters, humor, and heart, this one's definitely a gift. Last Christmas. Okay, not everyone will like this one, but it's kind of underrated in my opinion. It has that holiday spirit and shows how Christmas is about being together with family and loved ones. I like how it's a small-scale movie that manages to make me care about the characters and even be invested in what's going on for our protagonist's life and her falling for a nice but mysterious guy during her time trying to make the most of her job. Also, I'm gonna get into spoilers here. How even though the guy is actually deceased, manages to bring a lot of people together and changes Katrina's life for the better. Even after death, he still influenced people's life for the better before ascending into the heavens, I guess. Anyways, it has humor, drama, and overall Christmas spirit. Before we get to my number one pick, actually I don't know if it's number one, this isn't really in any order. Here is an honorable mention. I'll be honest and say those Hallmark movies, I know they're not really good for the most part, but there's no denying they have that warm Christmas vibe that I love so much, and are pretty much great fireplace living room movies. Yeah, they're mostly the same in terms of, well, style and everything, but still, they're definitely good for conveying holiday spirit. However, if I had to pick one as the one to see, I'd say this one right here. It has different titles around the world for some reason. It's probably the closest thing to being legitimately good, since it does have some understandable drama, and was the first of these movies, so it can't really be faulted for rehashing it in terms of style and character types. Also, Katie McGrath is kind of an underrated actress who I wish was given bigger roles more often. Overall, these movies aren't amazing, but they're definitely worth the holiday cheer. Anyways, on to the number one. Olive the Other Reindeer, a cute little special by Matt Groening, yes, the same guy behind The Simpsons and Futurama. A dog who hears the song Olive the Other Reindeer and thinks it's about him, he journeys to the North Pole in search of Santa. It's a simple plot but has loads of charm, some truly unique characters and art style, the villain is pretty funny and entertaining, and it just looks cozy, and even the ending manages to put a smile on my face every time. It's definitely an overlooked animated special that deserves your attention. And that was my 5 overlooked Christmas movies. Sorry if this video was shorter than usual. Long story, but I have a lot more going on in my life, and had to rush this video to get it out during the Christmas holidays. Anyways, that was my Christmas video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.